Hello, everybody. I am super excited. I have been looking forward to today. A wonderful opportunity to be able to just have some time with you where we're going to share some important stuff. Today, we are having our masterclass, right? And as you come in, please say hello. Let me know where you're streaming in from. I cannot wait to share with you such amazing gems. I will make sure that you get the most of our time together. So, as we go live, please let me know where you are streaming in from. Which part of the world are you streaming in from? Coach Joanne is streaming in right now from the United Kingdom. Team Joanne is in the house from Ghana. I see Team Joanne coming in. Oh, Monica is coming in from New Orleans. Oh, I love Louisiana. Monica, you need to invite me. Where are you guys coming in from? I can't wait to see that. This is so amazing. Louisiana in the house. Monica is coming in, and of course we have Team Joanne. Team Joanne always supporting us. We have amazing Julie. Julie, hiya. Nice to have you from Corby, very close to me here in the UK, and a good friend of mine. And ladies, as you come in, please invite your friends. We are just about to have a very power-packed session, and I'm so happy that, as you said, in the chat, the Powerhouse Woman Show is here. So that's what it is, right? And we'll get straight to it in a short while. There's some things that I want to say before we even start. And the first thing is, you are here for the 3 signs you are disconnected to your life purpose masterclass. So I hope you're in the right room. Invite your friend. I can see my other half, Dr. Kuria. He's at Northamptonshire. He's at work. Thank you, Fred, for joining. I see Miss Raliat all the way in Nigeria. Hello. So we have Ghana in the house, we have Nigeria in the house, we have Kenya in the house, we have New Orleans in the house, we have the UK in the house. Guys, surprise me. Where else are you coming from? So the 3 signs you're disconnected to your life purpose and how to fix it. Tim, can we have the next slide, please? So, because I want to just get cracking with this. And as we go on, I want to say the next one, please. I want to say something. The one before, please. Take a deep breath. Can someone take a deep breath right now? If you're at work, we don't want your bosses seeing you taking a deep breath. You can see Coach taking her deep breath right there. I want you to breathe. I know it has been a long day. I know there's things that, some of you may be struggling with, life issues. We're grappling with so many things. We're at a time where every single day there's one thing or the other. If it's not a war, we're just getting out of a pandemic. If it's not this, there's an economic downturn. And so, my people, my countrymen, we're about to go into elections. So we grapple with so much. And if you're like me, sometimes you're like, when will I breathe? When can I get a break? So take that deep breath right now. And I see you all coming in. Welcome, Miss Munira. Always happy to have you. Take that deep breath before we start. Next, please. I want you to turn out all distractions. I want you to take out your notebook. I want you to get your cup of tea. Is it nice and steaming? So for me, I have my water, H2O, just so that I can sip on my drink as I present. And I want you to be present. So I said, as I present, but as Joanne presents, I want you to be present. And I want you to stay through to the end for a very special announcement. We always have amazing things that we share. Joanne, when Joanne goes live, I wouldn't leave you empty. You will walk out with some substance. You will walk out with stuff that is going to blow your mind. I see you, Laura. Welcome, Laura, all the way from Manchester. And I see our dear friend, Sherry. Thanks for saying hi, ladies. I'm acknowledging you all. Sherry, dear friend, lives from Worcestershire. Welcome. So can we proceed, team? We need to get cracking on with what I have in store for you today. And we have such an amazing stuff that we have. So I want to go and share a little bit about my story. And if you look at this slide, this is Coach Joanne. When I was in my corporate job, working for the UN, I worked for the United Nations. Some of you have the backstory, but many of you may not know me. And I'd want to give you a little bit of a backstory. I had the advantage of working for the United Nations Federal Credit Union. That's what UNFCU stands for. I set up the regional office in Nairobi alongside a very lean team. We were a lean team. Can somebody say lean team? And that's why I've learned to work lean. And I started this job in my early 20s, very excited. Had just left another corporate job with the Commercial Bank of Africa. That's one of the biggest banks in Kenya. And things were good, right? Things were good. I was very blessed. Having a job with the UN is a big privilege. And especially being so young, I was coachable, I was malleable. I was literally like soil in water, like, here, mold me, teach me, show me. And I was a sponge, very willing to learn, very open to learning. But one of the things that I was not very open to, right, was and let's talk about these things that were there. Sometimes when you're in the corporate environment, right, you can feel stifled, you can feel like, there's something more. And for me, that yearning sometimes led me to feel guilty, the guilt of how can you have such a good job and still crave for more. So is that familiar? Can somebody tell me that you feel that? Is that something that is familiar, right? Let me know. Have you ever felt like you've been so blessed and so privileged, but you still have that guilt of, why do I desire a bit more? Why do I crave something deeper? And I've just seen a wonderful comment. Hi, Joanne. I've had a lot about you. Looking forward to some great learning. Thank you so much, Vicky. So lovely to meet you as well. Yeah, it's familiar. I don't know, Facebook user, you might need to rename yourself. I need to see who is watching me on Facebook and is saying in my local language, Leo nimekupata. Nimefika home mapema. That means that they have found me. They are lucky. They are happy they have found me live because they have gotten home early. Translation. Yes, it's familiar, right? It is so familiar that you should be grateful, but you desire more. So that was Coach Joanne. And for very Diana, yes, it's Diana, one of my amazing clients here. Thank you, Diana, for sharing that you're here. So anyway, let's go back to where I was. So I was just sharing how I had this nudging in my spirit. I knew that I was created for so much more, and there was a level of discontent, even though I had been really and truly richly blessed. And I remember one day I was seated in my office. This office, I should have put a photo. I was seated there, and I took out my Google. I went to Google and I went to Pinterest. You guys know what Pinterest, if you're a Pinterest fan, you know what I mean, right? And I went and created this Pinterest board about all the things that I desire, all the things that I'm hoping for. I created a vision, but there was still something, I remember going and pinning all these beautiful places. I pinned the Amalfi Coast. I pinned some, different parts of Spain. I was like, I want to go to Barcelona. I want to go to, because working for the UN, I had the privilege of serving the people who serve the world. So I met lots of clients from war-torn areas, but at the same time, I had the privilege of meeting, people who, if it's not Rome, it's Geneva. And I craved that. I was like, there was something about the travel I liked, but I knew deep inside there was a deeper yearning. There was something that was calling my spirit. And without going too long into the story, sometimes life brings us circumstances that push us closer to our destiny without us even realizing, right? Life draws circumstances that bring us into the closer to our destiny without us realizing. And for me, it was getting sick. I was working one day, minding my own business, And I just thought it's the fatigue that comes. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's work. I've been working a whole day. Many of you are watching me after a busy day at corporate. And, I worked in a very busy environment, as I said. I was running a regional, management for a regional office. So you can imagine the work coming from everywhere. And on top of that, having to report to New York, which was on a different time zone. So me thinking I was sick, I thought, thinking that I was tired. I didn't even think anything other than, I'm just fatigued. So one day I was talking, I decided, let me go have my usual exercise in the evening. And I went to the gym. And to tell you that I could not stand was an understatement. The gentleman there was, my personal trainer was like, Joanne, stop that laziness. And I'm like, I'm not lazy. I just cannot move. Little did I know that it was the beginning of what I can tell you, it was probably one of the biggest nightmares in my life. But I can say this: your purpose is born from your pain. Can someone write that for me in the chat? As Diana says, God works in mysterious ways. Because I can tell you, what I thought was going to be the deepest, darkest moments of my life that I will never get out of. Today, I'm here to tell the story. And I want to speak to someone right now. If you're feeling discontent and you're feeling, weary, and you're feeling that there's some things are just not working out in your favor, that things can change. It's how we perceive things. Let me see you guys, writing that in the chat. Things can change. So I went to see a doctor, and what I thought was just going to be one doctor, right, ended up being multiple hospital visits. And one of the doctors was very kind and very gracious. He decided to take it an extra level and do some more tests. And one of the tests that they said is they're going to do a biopsy. What is a biopsy? When I heard the word biopsy, I said to Fred, my husband, that, Fred, they're saying they're going to do a biopsy. And he's like, yeah, they need to check for cancer. And I'm like, how can cancer? What are you talking about? I'm in my early 30s. How would that happen? Some things I could not even understand. Tim Joanne gets it. Your purpose is born from your pain. Diana, your purpose is born from your pain. And I know you guys are listening, but I can tell you for a fact that when the results came out, they were not what I was expecting. They were not, I thought they would say, oh, you're just tired, take a few days off work, and life will continue. But what they found, and ladies, gents, those watching me, was I had a malignant tumor. And this tumor was literally killing me, right? I was going to die. In fact, the oncologist, when they found out, when I talk about malignant, it's a cancerous tumor. And they said to me that, Joanne, this is not a joke. And within the next 6 months, at the most, that's it. And this is where I want you people to learn to profess with your lips and with your mouth. Because when that doctor said that for me, I said, Control, Alt, Delete. That is not my portion. 6 months from now, the only where you cannot put a full stop, where God has put a comma in my life. And I made a declaration there and then that, I was going to fight. I was going to be tenacious. I was not going to give up. I was not going to lose my life. I was not going to allow somebody to speak that. And I remember my dad telling me, and that's, he said something so special to me. And, he came to my hospital bed and I was crying and I had all these tubes and stuff. And he's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, what they've said. And he's like, but why are you giving them that power? Do you know you're a child of God? And do you know that what God begins, he will complete? And do you know that as my child, you have a big purpose in front of you? And do you know that one day you will be sharing a testimony of the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living? Can somebody celebrate with me? Because you know what? A corpse cannot celebrate. Someone who has lost their life cannot celebrate. I see you, peace. Yes, that's Coach's story. You cannot celebrate when you're 6 feet under. But I made a declaration that I will live to, to tell the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Diana says, the power of a spoken mouth, long life is your portion, coach. How can someone so young like you just die anyhow? Hell no, we refuse. And that is the declaration I made for myself. Hell no, I refuse to die. I am going to live and testify. And here I am. Can you guess how many years later? This is why we say testimonies are here, because that was in the year 2014. We are here in the year 2018. I can tell which year are we now? 2022. 8 years later, still surviving. Someone who had been given 6 months to live. And I'm here for the long haul. Joanne ain't going nowhere. Why I'm giving you this background is when I returned to the office, I remember something shifted, something moved. Yes, Julie, you know this story. Here I am in the land of the living, and I'm certainly living. And that's why we're doing this masterclass, because there was a part of me that disconnected. There was a part of me that zoned out. There was a part of me that felt, oh my goodness, this is very scary. And, when I went back to the office, I felt like they had put pins in my chair. I was so uneasy. I walked back to, so much support from the office, because remember, I was in the middle of so much treatment. I was not well, but I soldiered on. Many of my friends get astounded because I would go for my chemo treatment in the morning, and immediately I'm done with my chemo. Several hours later, there I am driving myself to work. I never missed work during my sessions. Weak as I was like, we are soldiering on, we are pushing through. And I can tell you, it is that push through factor that has led me to where I am today. Can somebody write that bounceability factor, push through factor? Because when you feel that disconnection, there is an unsettling in your spirit. And the unsettling in my spirit was like, you have been given a second chance, Joanne. You're not going to waste it. But with that second chance again came some guilt. The guilt of, you should be content with where you are. How dare you even desire more when you've been given this chance? And then I had that numbing feeling in myself. I numbed out all my emotions. I numbed out my feelings. I numbed out, so a big part of me was numbed out, because I did not know how to process these emotions, and I did not know how to process the pain. And I also felt disconnected, from other people. But that disconnection from other people was more because I was disconnected with myself first. Can somebody tell me if this is familiar or not? Because, when you start understanding these patterns for what they are, and you start seeing things from the root, and hearing this message from myself, I think it's it's touching somebody, because I'm sure you've all gone at through some moments when you feel disconnected to your soul's purpose, and everything is feeling foggy, and everything is feeling so dazed. But I made a decision, and this is where I want you guys to write in the chat. I want to see the word decision. I made a decision. And just a week ago, I had an event here in the UK called the No Limits Conference. And I made a decision as I sat back at my desk that no matter what was going to happen, I made that decision. And what does that decision mean? A decision means there is no other option available, that I was going to make the best of my one royal life. And that's why I call it my one royal life. And those who follow me, I say, this is my one royal life. Live it with boldness and courage. My mantra is, if you're not honoring your life purpose, you are suffocating your soul. My soul was stifled. My soul was not happy. I could feel that something was being wrung out in me, right? And like Julie made that decision as well. She made that decision after going through a similar incident as myself 12 years ago, that she was not going anywhere. And here she is. And here she is. And here I am to tell my story. So I want to say this, and we're getting to the goods, we're getting to the sweet bit, right? Because I know many of you are like, oh, this is sad. No, we all start somewhere. But fast forward to May 2022. Before we even go to this bit, let me just go back to my previous slide. I made a decision that I was going to resign from my corporate job. I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have, a transition strategy. And that's why when I work with my clients, my biggest desire is, as I work with my corporate clients, is to help them create a transition strategy. Because what I did perhaps was not the smartest thing. But one thing I'm so happy for is that I had a brain, and I made the decision that I'm going to work with a coach. I'm going to work with a mentor. I'm going to get the support that I need to help me through the next phase of my life. And many of us are going through a transition. And when you're going through a transition, you go through what I've shared with you. That unsettled feeling in your stomach. You're just like, ah, you don't even know how you feel. Has someone ever asked you, how do you feel? And you're like, I cannot explain it. I don't know how I feel. You're edgy, you're hypersensitive to stuff. You feel a sudden shift in your energy. Your posture is not right. You just feel it's not sitting in well. There's something just not sitting well, right? I'm just loving the comments here. And you feel, and as I said, that disconnect can be very, very detrimental. So anyway, I made a decision that I was going to find out what my purpose is, because I knew, yes, very well, I have an amazing job, but there's more outside of my job, because I had been in this job now for almost 15 years. So you can imagine, like, literally my previous day was a photocopy of the next. As in, can someone read photocopy? Like, if you were a stalker, you would know everything about me, because how the time I left my house every morning was the exact time I got and I parked on the same parking spot every single day. Like, it was literally my parking. I got to the same parking lot every single day, went to the gym at the same time in the morning, clocked into my office at a particular time, had my first cup of coffee at a particular time. Like, everything was like clockwork. Can someone write clockwork for me? And I'm a little rebel. Coach is a little rebel. I want things to move. I want things to shake up. But for 15 years, that was it. That was my life. And to be honest, I absolutely adored my job. I absolutely loved my clients. And I knew that I was in the right position. I knew where I was meant to be, was where I was, but still in my spirit, I knew that there was something coming. So when I made the decision to pursue what's next for me, without even really knowing what it is, I always say that you have to learn to trust the process. You take that first step even without knowing what it is. So we start with a decision, and then we take the first step. And I want to show you what that first step has led to. This is a very compressed time that I have to share, but I'll be teaching again tomorrow. And I want you guys to see where we are at in 2022. From the time I resigned from my corporate job in 2016 and launched my business mid 2016, moved to the UK from Kenya, and then officially launched my business in 2017. This is my 5th year, and I can testify and come before you with such humility today, saying that God has never let me down. He has held me so close, and now I'm living out my purpose. And this is what it looks like when you're living that authentic, purposeful soul, that purposeful path that I desire for each one of you. What happens? I'm now running my location independent coaching business. For now, this is my 5th year, not even 4.5, it's 5 years. We're going into 5 years in August. And I want to say this. Look at this chart. We have people from Kenya, we have people from Ghana, we have people from Nigeria, we have people from the US, we have people from the UK, we have people from Germany, we have the world representing. If I've forgotten some of the countries that are showing up, but it is because I chose to take a stand for myself. I made a decision. I put the stake in the sand, and I said that I'm going to do this even without knowing what this looked like. I've had the immense pleasure of coaching and mentoring hundreds, of women on the importance of living their best life, that meaningful life with boldness and with courage and with purpose now. Can someone tell me what Joanne says the acronym for now is? Some of you may know. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Now is an acronym that we have that I use with my clients. It says no opportunity wasted. So when you're living your purpose now, I am saying that as you live out your purpose, you're squeezing out every drop of your potential now. No opportunity wasted. You are not wasting your time thinking about things that are not serving you anymore. You're not thinking about who said what. You're not majoring on the minors, right? You're not settling score with people. You're not wasting your precious time fighting battles that you should not be fighting for. You're not sweating the small stuff. I've also had the privilege of standing on international stages as a speaker and sharing my story. And recently, as I said, I had the privilege of hosting the No Limits conference with a dear friend of mine, Ronish. And it was such an amazing, powerful, powerful, powerful conference last Saturday, where we had women from across the UK. We had people coming in from the US. We had someone coming in as well from Ghana, people coming just to spend that one day in the presence of other powerful women, the No Limits conference. And one of the things that I've decided, it's done. We're taking the conference to different parts of the world. But it started with me not muting my dream. It started with me saying that this is it. No matter what is showing in my life, I'm not going to settle for that. And as Sylvia, who attended the conference, says, the No Limits conference was amazing. She loved it. I've also been sought after, on different podcasts as a thought leader when it comes to matters life purpose, personal development, self-confidence, launching side businesses while still in corporate. That is something that I've been able to do for very many women, and being able to even use the skills that I got from the United Nations. I always say no experience is wasted. The skills that we get, never despise the days of humble beginnings, because some of those skills I was getting in the year, and I was like, will I ever use this stuff? A lot of the stuff that I was getting as I did my masters, I have an MBA in finance and entrepreneurship. I was like, when will I ever use some of this stuff? But guess what? All these skills are transferable. These are things that you can use, but with the right mentors and with the right coaches and with the right support and with the right purpose plan, there's nothing that we cannot achieve. Because if I ask you right now, do you have a purpose plan? Do you have something that is guiding you, your own personal manifesto that governs how you operate your life as regards your divine calling and your purpose? Can you confidently say you have that? If you do not have that, stay here with me. And as Diana said, we need one in Kenya. Please plan, coach. Let me tell you what, Diana, you know me. When you throw a challenge at me, I don't play. We will be having the No Limits Conference Kenya before the end of this year, and I'm declaring it right now. And you guys screenshot this bit, because once I declare it with my mouth, consider it done. So let's keep going. This was the No Limits conference. You can see the amazing ladies. Sylvia is here. Sylvia, the one who just commented, is here. So many of you. Julie, where is Julie? Julie's in the chat. Julie, where can I see? There's Julie behind there. I can see you. Who else is in the conference that is here? Present yourself. But suffice it to say that it was such a beautiful experience being with these ladies. You can see how glamorous they look, how amazing they look, and they really just came, with that energy that they're going to live their one royal life. So yeah, we're gonna have the Kenyan edition. Don't worry about that. It is coming. You can't wait. Tell us in advance. Of course, Diana, you will know. So I want to give you, I said I'm going to give you 3 signs, but Joanne, I love to give a bit more. So I decided I'm going to give you 5 telltale signs, that really show that you're not living in alignment with your soul's calling and that you're disconnected, right? You love your global sisters, yes. And that you are disconnected from your calling, because that's what has brought us here today. And the first feeling, coming from my story, is you feel like there's something missing. Your life, just like mine, may be good by many standards, right? You have, the spouse to show for it, you have the car to show for it, you have a beautiful house, you have lovely children who you adore. So everything on the outside looks wonderful, like you can tick all the boxes, tick all the boxes, tick all the boxes, right? However, deep inside, you feel that there's something missing and that you can't really identify. So my story gives you some leverage. You can be able to pick up from that, because many of you said that you can identify with that. And then you're unhappy. Yes, you have some happy moments, but deep down you're not 100%. And that's the word that I said. You don't know how you feel. It's if I say it in my Swahili language, some of you may understand, right? But you can't express. You just don't feel it. You don't feel yourself. So, negativity may be creeping into your life. And sometimes you may even use words like, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling low, I'm not feeling myself. So you have really high highs. When you're high, you're like a kite. High, high, high. Someone can be like, can you give me some of that which you've drank or smoked or whatever? I don't advocate for none of that, but you know what I mean? You're high, high. Or you're low, low. So you're not steady. You're like that, then like that. Can you see that? But you're spiking all over the place. And that's when you know that you lack inner peace and happiness. There's something missing. And also another sign, my darlings, that is very, very common, and I see it all the time, is that you fear taking risks. You play it safe and you just allow yourself to stay in your discomfort. You marinate in your discomfort. You accept that discomfort. Actually, your discomfort gives you some sense of comfort. And you're content with just the way things are, but you're not happy. And I've had, incidences where clients come to me and they're like, John, we're going to do this. We're going to crash this. We're going to do this, even before they start working with me. And then their minds start taking them to that place, that what could this potentially look like for me? Especially when we start talking about the work that it takes. It's building a business or living in your purpose is not an overnight thing. It's something that you do every single day. It's not when you feel like it is a lifestyle. It's not like I wake up in the morning and I decide that I don't want to see my clients. No. There are people depending on me every single day who I have to show up for. Team Joanne is in the house. We have a team that, they're like, when are we meeting? What's happening? What are we doing today? What are we up to? And it's my responsibility to guide my team. It's my responsibility to coach my clients. It's my responsibility to lead myself as the leader that I am, so that I can be able to be in that position that I can create the impact and the influence that God has put me to do in this world. So I want to say this. If you're going through some of these things, before we even go further, and there's a video that I was hoping to share. I don't know if I can be able to share that video in a short while, but I think I can be able to share that video. Sam, can I send you a video that I want you to just play for me in a short while? Are you there, Sam? Just 1 second. I'm just getting the team.
Hello, please. You can
I
share.
send you on WhatsApp, and then you can just bring it up for me?
Okay, I will do that.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Guys, that's why I say it's important for you to be supported. Everybody give a shout out to Sam. He's here supporting me on the side. So, Sam, I would like you to please bring up this video for me in just 1 as I finished what I'm talking about. Da, 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 da. If you can just push it up for me. Some. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. It's just that I don't want this video not to show. It was in my presentation, but bear with me. Don't leave. We're getting to the juicy part. Sam, has it come to you? Are you able to? Yeah. Thanks for saying hi to Sam. Sam is working hard. Cheers, Sam. Everybody's saying hi to you. So, Sam, if you can
I
pull up that video for me, let me know when you're ready. But I'll keep talking because if you're able to get it for me on the screen, I just want to explain something about it in a short while. So let's continue. So you have this fear, right, of taking risks. You're playing it safe, as I said, and then you lack the motivation and energy. Because when you're passionate about something, it's exciting. You're energetic about it and you want to do it. But when you start being in that space, is that proper English? But you get what I mean. When you start being in that space where you have no energy and motivation to do anything, that's a telltale sign that you're not living in alignment with your soul's calling. You're disconnected from it. And then when you are moody, you're not happy. So I'm gonna give a quick disclaimer. Sam, are you bringing the video coming?
yes, it's easier when you want it. Just let me know.
Okay, ladies and gents, just before Sam plays that video, I just want to say that it's disclaimer, it's a scary video. Some of you will flinch, some of you will be scared, but it's just 30 seconds or so. But I'm just giving that disclaimer because this is something that that I want you guys to see. So Sam, can you play for me? Is it playing? Yeah, there. Can you start from the beginning? Because there's something that I want to share there. Yeah. Sorry, guys, if you're flinching. Sorry. So that's a little deer that a snake has wrapped itself around, as you can see. And the poor little deer is trying to free itself. And somebody graciously hits, and the snake goes into the bush, and the little deer goes off. And why I've given this illustration, thank you, Sam. I know it's a bit not the best thing that you want to hear, but the first thing that I want to say is that, like the poor deer, you're so wrapped up in so many conflicting things. It's ringing. You're being drained. It's sucking the life out of you. Think conflicting things that your purpose and intention is ringing out of you because of your fears. That's one squeeze. Another squeeze is coming from other people's opinions. Another thing that is sucking out of you is the life expectations that have not been met. Past experiences, they are wringing the life out of you, and like that little deer, you're feeling so choked, you're feeling constricted, and you're wondering, how am I going to get out of this mess? I love the way they're calling the team coach. Yes, Sam, coach. Team Joanne is also Coach Sam. I love that. Now my mandate is to be like that branch. So I'm the one coming with that branch to free you from the strangulation of your own internal inner critics. I'm coming with that branch to free you from that lack of clarity from your next steps. No more strangulation by your self doubt. No more strangulation by too many ideas that you have no clue which ones to implement. Because if many of you are like me, I am what you call a multi-potentialite. This is a person who has so many ideas. You are naturally creative, but with all these ideas, quote unquote, nothing is a curse. We speak life. You have all these ideas, but you never know how to push them forward. You don't know how to move them forward because you're like, which one do I start with? Which one do I not? Yes, we're gonna save this life, Sylvia. We definitely will. So someone said, good evening, Coach Joanne. Present yourself. Coach Joanne says, hello, whoever it is, just says Facebook user. So I want to be like that branch to you, to free you from your own internal inner critics. And today I said to somebody who booked a call with me, she was like, oh, I will have all these ideas I want to do, but I want to figure it out, slowly and surely. And I'm like, that's fine. But why do you want to delay a process that can be done like this with the right support? And if you've not done it on your own up until now, who tells you that you can save yourself? Because sometimes you need a third eye. You need somebody who is unbiased. Your mom is not your coach. Your husband is not your coach. Your child is not your coach. And many of us have that problem where we give the wrong people the wrong roles. So you're going to your husband to be your coach and your therapist. Should I do this? Should I do the other? But as I always tell my clients, when God gave you the vision, it was not a conference call. And that's why many of you sometimes conflict with people who are close to you because they do not get the vision at the depth that you have it. And that's why I always say, get somebody who is neutral, somebody who is trained professionally, somebody who has the qualifications to guide you through this process. Your pastor, especially Diana, is not your coach. Let people have the responsibility that is theirs. Let your pastor be your pastor. Let your dad be your dad. Well, I'm a bit biased here. My dad is my coach to some extent because he's probably one of my biggest cheerleaders in my business, and being an entrepreneur himself, a very successful entrepreneur at that, I can take his advice very well because he has over 50 years of experience in entrepreneur, well, for over 40 years of experience in entrepreneurship, and he's done well. So I can take some advice from him. But suffice it to say, be very careful who has your ear and whose ear you have. Julie says, it's like you're talking about me. I have so many. Julie, I know you have so many ideas, right? And that's why you need somebody to sort of help you, see the wood from the trees, right? And as Diana says, in Africa especially, we need not in only Africa, but the whole world. And that's why I'm happy that there's a global presence here. Is that we need more coaches and therapists. I'm rooting for these people so deeply. Can we bring that statement back? I'm rooting for these people so deeply. Let your pastor be your pastor, and your mom be your mom, and Coach Joanne be your coach, or whoever you choose to work with. Why? Because one thing that I tell my client, I say is, not everybody is for you. And I understand that I may not be the person for you, but when I connect with you, I am yours. You get the guidance, you get the direction. I am fully sold out towards this calling and towards supporting my clients. So I want you to be very careful who you give your attention to, because that voice will continue to linger. Let me just take a sip of my water. That voice will continue to linger in your head, and you don't want that. Oh, let me take this video off. Sorry, guys, it's a bit longer than I thought. So I want to say this. If you are not clear, because your purpose is already there, it's deep inside you. Purpose is something that is internal, and it's based on that individual assessment of who you really were created to be. Who are you, right? And what can you do? And this assessment of your calling and your purpose is a forever evolving process. People say, can my purpose change? Of course it can change, but we're not going to go deep into that, because what happens is that we are evolving beings. The woman Joanne was when I was, fighting for my life is not the woman I am now, several years later. And that's why we regularly need to check in with ourselves, because we are constantly evolving, we are constantly constantly changing. So while you can be busy with a million tasks every day, especially you, my corporate women, especially you, my entrepreneurs, you, my multi-potentialites, When you don't have a clear purpose, crystal clear purpose, you may be heading down the wrong path. And that's why one of the things I have done, my team and I, is that we have created what is called a purpose pack. We have created a pack of things that are related to your potential, that are, bite-sized things that I have created together, to help you start your purpose journey. And as you unpack this purpose journey and you get clear on what that looks like for you, right? The shifts that you're going to start getting from this process will elevate your mindset. You will start doing things differently. You will be clear in terms of your goals. You will be looking at, what am I going to do, for the next 5 years, the 10 years, the 20 years, right? So our purpose bundle is one of the things that I really want to share with you, because when my team and I were sitting to create it, I was like, this is what people need, because as Stephen Covey once said, if the ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step we take just gets us to the wrong place faster. So what I'm going to do very quickly is bring Sam to share a little, to show us the back end of the purpose bundle. Sam, are you able to do that? Are you able to do that for us now?
Sure, it is possible.
Yes. Just raise your voice a little. We cannot hear you very well, but yeah, go ahead, Sam.
Hello, good evening, good morning. I know we are connected from different places. So
Yes.
quickly, I want to share with you how you can be able to access the purpose bundle. And the most amazing thing is that I somehow, by the grace of the Lord, managed to convince Coach Joanne to make it a private area where you can be getting access to private videos, private webinars, things that may not be in public, but they can be put privately for you to access it. So quickly,
Yeah,
I want to show you.
so it's in a private portal. So he's going to show us the back end of the private portal. So we'll be, everything will be downloaded in the private portal. So has been uploaded in the private portal. So Sam, yes, go ahead. Sorry, I was just sharing that.
Awesome. So I'm going to be sharing with you the link on the chat.
Yes, please. Tim Joanne also put the chat. Put the link, please, for the purpose bundle. And we're just showing you the back end so that you can be able to see what that looks like.
So I want to believe everyone can see the back end or what I'm sharing.
Yes, we can see the back end. I'm just going to talk after you because you're not very clear sound wise, but I can just share. So this is a purpose bundle. Thank you, Sam. I'm just going to take you through it. So in this purpose bundle, first and foremost, Sam, can you just go up a bit at the top? You have the ability to change the currency. So so if you're in England, you can change it to pounds. Can you do that, Sam? If you're in the US, you can change it to dollars. If you're in Nigeria, you can change it to naira. If you're in Tanzania, like, this is next level technology, right? Because most of the time we just use current, the US, the euro, the Kenya shilling, but there are other currencies that we can do. So for example, you want to buy the purpose bundle and you're in Nigeria, Raliat, it's 17,000 naira. Can you share for us what it would be in pounds? Example? In pounds, it would, because this is really good technology, and it's 34 pounds only. It's quite a steal. I'm going to tell you what's in it. Can you put it in Kenya shillings is 5,000? Can you put it in US dollar, please? So US dollars is $50 flat. So in this purpose bundle, we have put everything that you need to jumpstart your purpose path, your purpose journey. I have created for you my purpose, passion, and prosperity playbook. This is what has helped me, like everything that has helped me to create financial success. I literally put this in an ebook that you can down immediately. You go to sign up, immediately you go to the bundle. It's going to be delivered to you electronically, and you can access this stuff immediately. So the first thing you get is the 7-step playbook, Very, 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 very good information, solid stuff that has helped me not only build the business to where we are right now. Let me tell you, sustaining a business based on your purpose requires fortitude, it requires resilience, but it also requires a plan. And that's what we have in that one. And then how do how do you discover and pursue your life purpose? What are some of the tools that you need for that? So we have we have that tool, which is an audio that I have created for you. And this audio is I think it's about 15 minutes, where I give you practical tools that will help you really get clear on what your purpose is, like in a snapshot. So, it's not a forever training, but it gives you some substance that you can start with. And then I believe we've talked about the power of the tongue. So here we are talking about the positive affirmations, right? To elevate your purposeful morning routine. So what I have done again is I have 30 positive affirmations that I use every single morning, and I've used them over and over and over again through the years. That every single morning I wake up to start my day with. Who wants to start their morning with positivity? Me, for sure. And I want to be able to share with you some of these things. And then we also have the purposeful and aligned life checklist. And this one is amazing, because you will get indicators. We talked about what disconnects you from your soul purpose. Now, you will have 17 signs that you are honoring your purpose, your soul purpose. So that bundle is rich. It's a rich, rich bundle. And then we also have some bonuses, right? So again, we have the 5 ways to fast track your purpose audio. And then we have the 6 fundamental foundations needed for the creation of a purposeful next level vision for your life and business. This is a training that I did that was very, very potent and very, very powerful. So we added it there as a bonus. So what I can say right now is, if you're like, literally, can you send me the link? Drop that link right now. Sam, can we have the link, please? If you can put the link. Tim Joanne, can you have the link on the chat, please, so that we can have our people subscribing to the Purpose Bundle as I continue teaching. This Purpose Bundle is a no-brainer. For those of you who have worked with me, it doesn't get lower than this, but it's because people have been saying, where can I get, something that is affordable, that will give me a jump start, as I get onto your bigger programs? Because, working with me, and I'll say this, it ain't cheap, right? But some people are craving that start. How can I jumpstart my journey with this coach? How can I get some substance from her, even as I prepare for my other programs? So this is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. And we've put the link for you. So go ahead, and share and subscribe, and also share it with your friends. Because one thing I know is that if you desire it, someone else too desires it. So let me continue with my teaching, because I love to teach, and teaching is what brought me here. But I also want to share with you that bundle that we have created. So go on, click the link, register for that bundle. So when the first step, as I've said, is to live your most conscientious life. Because for you to live that conscious and conscientious life, you need to have a plan. And that's how that purpose bundle comes to help sort of jumpstart your journey. So while you can be busy with a million tasks, as I said, you need to have some form of clarity. And that is what you get from what I've just shared. So what happens when you have clarity of purpose? What happens when you have clarity of purpose? You can then set the right goals and plans. You have, your intentions become clear. And then you take the right daily steps to create your most meaningful life. So it's a daily process. And that's why when you have those affirmations, 30 affirmations, you use one affirmation every single day from the purpose bundle. So you're sorted for 1 month. And you take that affirmation and you run with it every single day. You speak positive vibes into your day. You speak positive vibes into what you're creating. You know that the goals and the vision that you have is crystal clear, because they say when the vision is clear, the results will appear, but it comes through you having that path. Yes, Munira, you hear me? I love it, Munira. And I love that I know some of you on the chat, and Munira is doing such great work, also pursuing her own purpose, launching her own business, and it's not easy. But what I love is that fortitude and that grit, and it requires you to have something holding you, something that you're leaning on. So when you have no purpose, guess what happens? You create vague goals or no goals, vague goals or no plans. Then you do random daily actions. So whatever you feel like doing, you just do it randomly. You just throw yourself like this. You're like that. You're like a paper bag. In Kenya you threw paper bags, but you no longer have paper bags. But in England we still have plastic paper bags. So you're thrown by the wind, whichever direction you're tossed in, because you have no plan, you have no system in how you're doing your things. And that's why that purpose bundle is a good starting point for you. And then you come to understand, you come to procrastination, because now you're random, you just do things the way you want, and you have no plan. You procrastinate because there's nothing driving you. The vision is not clear. And then you're constantly busy with others' agendas. So you're busy because now your own agenda is not clear. You're busy sorting out other people's agendas. I remember one of my clients at some point, she was like, you know what, Joanne, please help me create. And this is how some of these products came up. She's like, I really need a system, because her neighbor would tell her, good evening. I don't know who it is, but good evening. So the person would come and say, can you pick my child from school? Okay. Her husband calls her and says, can you do this and the other? Okay, because she really did not. And I'm not saying that you don't help people, but she was floundering. She was all over the place. And she ended up, that reflected in her life. Nothing was moving properly. But when you have a clear purpose and you have clear goals, when you have a clear purpose, you set clear goals. And when you have clear goals, you have a clear plan of action, clear POA. And then you have clear daily actions. And it's in the daily actions that you start seeing movement. The day I wrote my first email, it was just one action. The day I put out my first social media content, the first time, I stood on the stage, it was just one daily action, however little. It propels you forward. It moves you forward. So I don't want you to hold yourself back, right? I don't want you to hold yourself back. Don't limit yourself, because as I said, this is the starting point with the purpose bundle. It contains, such an amazing set of tools that you can apply in the here and the now, that, immediately you download, they're available to you. There's no story. Some has worked on the back end, and immediately you purchase it, you get access to all these things, and you can start working on that stuff even tonight. Fire. Yes, coach is on fire. So clear purpose leads to clear goals, leads to clear plans, leads to clear daily actions. I hope you guys are jamming with me. I want to see in the comment jamming. And the next thing I want to say is have top-notch accountability. My accountability partner flew in all the way from the US to be with me at my event here in Buckinghamshire. And for me, this was a privilege that I cannot even explain. Why? Because she knows how much my vision is important to me. She knows how much I want to serve and impact the world. And she said to me, you know what, Joanne? Count on me, I'm going to be there. And she flew in from Seattle. She came all the way from Seattle for the one day. So she literally flew in on the Friday. The event was on the Saturday. And then on Saturday, she flew out. On Sunday, I beg your pardon, she flew out. But she took a bit of she's currently doing a Europe tour. So as we speak, she's in Greece. Do you have people who hold you accountable like that? Is there somebody you can call on today and you say to yourself that, I'm really feeling shitty right now. I'm going through a very, not good time in my life, and I need support. I need a listening ear. Again, not your mom, not your husband, not someone neutral, someone who will call you out when they need to call you out. And this accountability partner of mine, I'm just sharing with you, we met at a coaching mastermind, a coaching program. I invest in at a very high level in my coaching. Why? Because I know that the information that I'm passing on to my clients has to have a certain standard of excellence, and I need to work on myself as an individual so that I can be able to pass this on. You don't want a coach who is just there, average. You don't want a mediocre coach. You don't want somebody you're working with who is just there. You want somebody who you know will push you to the next level, whatever the next level looks like for you. And somebody who will drive you with your vision. Somebody who will listen to you and tell you that it is possible. I remember, one time I was talking to a client, and she's like, I'm just praying that I can be able to get some money, for for fueling my car. If I'm able to meet just my basic needs, I'm happy. And I said, that's a good thing. It's good to be humble. It's good. But deep inside, what is it that you want? Are you praying just for the fuel? But she's like, and I realized that she was suppressing her inner needs. She was suppressing the things that she wanted from her heart. And she's like, oh, I just want the basic. But when we started peeling the layers, she said to me, petrol is just, it's nothing. I want to upgrade my car. I want to upgrade my home. I want to upgrade my lifestyle. But she needed somebody to ask her the deeper questions. She needed somebody to help her tap into her desires from a deeper level, not from a surface level. And what I'm trying to say is that, before you even can contemplate, we're going to go deep, right? But before you go deep, there's a starting point, and that's a first step. And that's this purpose bundle that we have just released, right? Containing all the components that I have shared with you. And it will never be cheaper. And by the way, Tim, you didn't remind me, the Purpose Bundle is going for the $50 just for the next 72 hours. After that, it goes up to $75. So if I were you and it's something that you're like, it's a no-brainer, like go and take it now, because Samson is like Sam is like, this thing has to go up, and I'm like, when? Yesterday's price is not today's price, right? So I want you guys to know that this is a 72 flash offer for the $50, the 5,000 shillings. Convert the currency, there's a drop down arrow, and we're going to take you through that again. But I want you to know that have your top-notch accountability to support you. And then I want to say this: when you say yes to your calling, you're an answer to somebody's prayer. The world needs you. Diana said it so well in the comments. I loved what she said. She said we need more coaches, we need more therapists, we need more heart-centered light workers, people who are serving in such a positive light. Are you that? Yes, you are. But you cannot be a passive watcher, a passive observer. You have to be an active participant in this game called life. This world needs more people. Sometimes I'm like, please, can you guys become coaches as well so you can help me? Help me. Oh, I want you people to step up your game. Some of you are the best kept secrets in your industry. You're the best IT person, Sam. Does the world know you? We need more Sams. Sam literally created this thing in, I think, 2 hours. And I'm like, what? I gave him the content. I told him what I want. He turned it around. 3 a.m. Dude's sending me a message. It's finished, the funnel. People who have initiative and drive, that's you. The world needs you. So by the time this was being created, for me, it was like a no-brainer. The next thing I know, he's created the flyer. I didn't even tell him what to do. He asked me, what's the topic? Quickly churned it out. My team in Ghana, Jennifer, every day we're in meetings, we need to do this, we do the other, creating reels, putting out content. We cannot do this life alone. And that's why I say we need to be united. We need to be compassionate. We need to be in community. We need to be kind to each other. And that's why, for me, running that event, the No Limits Conference, I just wanted women to be in the same room together to feel each other's energy. Munira says, this is so good. Thank you so much. I'm just sharing from my heart, as you know. Every part of me, I just speak because, I just let, what is meant to come through me, come through me. There is no I in the world. It's not about you. If it was about me, I would have given up on this a long time ago. But when you know that your calling and your obedience is attached to somebody else, you don't even blink. And delayed disobedience to your calling and to your purpose is disobedience. So if God is whispering something to you right now and he's telling you, you need to really get clear on your purpose, you really need to have that crystal clarity on the vision and pursue it, because where there's the vision, you will get the provision for it. The world needs you. So even as you get the purpose bundle, I know there are people who are like, I want to take this conversation deeper. I want to work with coach in a more deeper way. The bundle is a good starting point, but you want to get to know me better, me to support you. It's not about getting to know me, but to get your booty kicked so that you can do your work. Tim, can you put for me the calendar link? Because I'm going to be taking calls this week, and these are calls for people who are serious. You're like, I need support in my purpose. I need support in really launching and deciding what aspect of my life I want to take forward, and me helping you get clear on that, right? So we help you get that clarity. We help you connect to your purpose, and we help you cultivate it, because you can go to any YouTube video, even this one, and get a training. But what I want you to do is to have that implementation, because it all starts from a seed. And many of you have remained in seed form, and that does not make God happy. Like, you've remained a seed forever. Like, you're meant to move to your next level. But no, you've decided either consciously or unconsciously to remain a seed. But what God put in you was fruitfulness. You were given the command to be fruitful and to multiply, to dominate, and to take your possession in this world. And that comes from you living a life of purpose. You cannot be fruitful and multiply when you're still remaining in seed form. And I'm not talking about necessarily, the multiplication in terms of childbirth and reproduction. I'm talking about you fully living out your purpose, even as you play the other roles in your life, whether you're a wife, whether you're a mom, whatever it is you are called to dominate. You are called to take your royal position. You're given that command to be great. For you to be great, and for you to dominate, you need to have a purpose path. And that's why, for me, our purpose bundle is a no-brainer. So go to the link that I've shared, check it out. It's there. It's almost literally free, if I may say so, because the amount of juice that's in that bundle, I'm just like, it's a no-brainer, right? Like, all the audios, all the videos, all the templates, the ebook, the checklists that I have created, all put in this cute little bundle that you can use and go over again and again and again. And I did say that, there are those people who want to, to go a bit deeper. I would want, Jennifer, can you please put the link for the calendar call, please? Tim Joanne, can you please put for me the link to my calendar so that those people who want to book a call with me can do that ASAP? So the world needs you. And as Diana said, yes, it's God. And if I were you, I would want you to take it seriously. Like, this is not this is not a joke. This is life and death, It's something that I want you to do without even blinking. Do not blink. 1 second, my friends. Just want to get Tim to do that. Yeah. So the link has been put for the calendar link to be able to book a call with Coach Joanne. Some of you are like, I want to talk to her. To talk to Joanne. We have the shorter version. Jennifer, please take the shorter version. I'm going to send it to you because this is the longer one. Just 1 second, and I'm gonna send it to you, Jennifer, so that you can put it on the chart. Some also look for the link, which I'm gonna just share with you guys just now, so that you can be able to put it for me in the chat stream. So guys, just give me a moment. I'm just getting the team to have the shorter, the bit.ly clarity call with Joanne. Yeah, so Jennifer, Sam, can you just please put this for me in the chat urgently? This is a shorter version. bit.ly clarity call with Joanne. Jennifer, just check it, please. And just that's a shorter version. This is the long one. And I would want to make it as easy as possible for the guys who are watching. So thank you, Tim, for that. So as I want to reiterate that this is not a joke. The work that we're doing is powerful. The work that we've been put here to do is potent. The work that you're here to do is to change somebody's life, and it's not just for you. So without much ado, as I wind this up, I want to bring it back to where it all started. You know, I love the book of Job. Many of you know that I'm a Christian and I profess my faith. I love to work with, all sorts of people. But one thing I love is the word of God, because it's living and it's active and it activates purpose. It activates potentiality. It is life. I know you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. That's from Job 42:2. Thank you so much, Tim, for putting the shorter link, Clarity Call with Joanne. That's the one. Yes, that's the one I wanted. So that's the link for those who want to have a chat with me, just to see how I can support you at a deeper level, beyond the purpose bundle. It's a call that I take very seriously, 30 minutes where we really deep dive and see how I can help you create your own purpose path, and how I can support you with your own personal goals, not another person's goals, yours. So it's bespoke, it's very personal. And if at the end of the call we feel we're a good fit for each other, I do give you the option to work with me at a deeper level. Anyway, so what I was saying, this verse, I know you can do all things, no purpose of yours can be thwarted. That verse is referring to God, not us. God's plans, God, listen and listen good. God's plans for your life cannot be thwarted, they cannot change. So when you're trying to find your purpose, even as I guide you and I support you, I want you to take comfort knowing that nothing, absolutely nothing, can ruin what God has planned for you. Not even your own indecision, not even your own procrastination, not even your own doubts, not even your own insecurities, not even your own fear, not even your own pride. Nothing. But with that comes responsibility. Are you going to take responsibility for the life that you've been given? Or are you going to allow yourself to get into that strangulation that I demonstrated to you earlier, where you're just floating in the air, doing really nothing that serves you or serves anybody? So I want you to know that, yes, you can do all things and you have the capability to do it. But understand that the things that will block you and the things that will hold you back are things that, with guidance and support, these are blocks that we can break through. These are blocks that we can work on. These are things that we can change, because we each have a unique way of living out your purpose. And that's why I'm saying it's bespoke. My calling is mine. When God gave it to me, it wasn't a conference call. So it is what it is. And it is your responsibility to find out from God what that is for your life. And my work as a coach and as a guide is to help, pull it out, extrapolate it from you, because it's already there. Most people say you're going to go looking for your purpose. No, you get clarity on your purpose, and then you connect with it because it's already in you. And then you go into the world to serve, and that's the cultivate. So you clarify your purpose, you connect with it, and you cultivate. And that's what I teach in my life purpose program: clarify, connect, and cultivate your life purpose. So I want you to know that, we can take this deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'll be teaching again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be talking What's tomorrow's topic? Can Tim tell me? It's five steps to your purpose. I'm gonna tell it to you just now because I'm teaching tomorrow, but I want you guys to invite your friends. We'll be teaching. I'll be going deep again, say an hour earlier. So tomorrow's is 5 p.m. UK, 7 p.m. East African time, midday East African time. And just to confirm, now that I have you, the topic is, hold on. I'll tell you our topic for tomorrow. It's 5 secrets to stepping into your purpose and aligning with your authentic self. So, as you know, I'm the purpose coach, right? So, there it is. It's tomorrow. Can you see it? 5 secrets. So, that's what I'm teaching tomorrow. And this will be at 5 p.m. UK, 7 p.m. East African time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it will be so nice to have you again the same way. And we're going to put this out in the socials, but it will be here on YouTube and Facebook Live. So I want to say this. The word purpose is the reason for which anything is done or created or exists. Why you do something or why something exists, that's your purpose. What is the why? What is the raison d'etre? What's the reason for your being? Right? And what's the reason behind everything that you do? You really need to be crystal clear with that, my darlings. If you're not, please, Purpose Bundle, please book that call. And then your purpose in life is the sole reason for your existence. And sometimes when I'm teaching this stuff, I cry because if you realize that the reason you are put into this world is because there's a purpose that you only can play. I cannot play your purpose for you. I cannot do that for you. You possess natural gifts that no one else in this world has. They're unique to you. But you need to really figure it out. It is your mission to figure it out. You're here to fulfill a bigger purpose. It is your responsibility. It is your mission to figure what it is and then live it. Live it. Live it. Live, not leave. Live it. So if you're one of those people, you're like, oh my God, she's talking to me. This is deep stuff. You've gotten your purpose bundle and you're like, I want to talk to Joanne. I just want to get deeper with this stuff. We have, we've put it there for you guys. You have the clarity call link with me, and it's been put in the chat as well. So you guys can be able to drop me a message and I can do that. Because as I conclude, I have a brand that I'm not actively using right now, but it was my membership called the Dare Sister Circle, and Dare stands for Dream Audaciously, Receive Expectantly. For me, I believe things come in seasons. And, when we had the membership, it was beautiful. Such an amazing almost 2 years. And now we've moved to a different level, right? Some of you follow my podcast. Tim, can you put the podcast link as well? I have a podcast called The Next Level on Purpose, because that's the direction that I'm taking the brand and taking us all, that you're living out your purpose as you move into your next level with intentionality, your next level on purpose. So when you discover your true purpose, these are the benefits. You're no longer disconnected. You're tapping into it. You're ready to go out and do big things in the world. You will naturally want to devote your life to pursue it because it gives you the most fulfillment, and this is irreplaceable. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I remember my calling. I remember the mandate that I have. I remember I was told to be fruitful and to multiply and to dominate and to go and serve the people that have been assigned to me. And I wake up with such power, and I wake up with such confidence, and I wake up and take my royal position because I know that I have been called for such a time as this. And now is the time, no opportunity wasted now. And then you'll naturally want to spend time doing it because you truly care. It reaches a point where you genuinely care, and you can tell someone who cares and somebody who doesn't give two hoots. But I genuinely care. I genuinely love to serve. I genuinely love to clients forward. Yeah, that podcast is called The Next Level on Purpose. It's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Castbox, it's on literally any podcasting channel, so you can actually check out the podcast. But just decided to bring that because I go deep. I have very good conversations there, and then you will naturally get better at it. I didn't start like this. Even if you're starting from ground zero, the more you work at it, the more you become a master. The more you become a master, the more you build your confidence. The more you build your confidence, the more you show up. The more you show up, the more you impact people, the more you touch people, and you change the world one person at a time. Because we say a rising tide lifts all boats. So are you ready to be that rising tide for somebody else? I take time to study. My team can tell you I study this stuff like nobody's business. Every day I have to read on my material. I have to sit down and study what are the trends, what's happening in this industry. What are the new things happening in the purpose space? What is happening in the leadership space? You cannot remain complacent. You cannot remain mediocre. You cannot remain feeling that you know what you know. And that's why many people go wrong. You just assume you know it all. You're a know-it-all. What is she telling me? What's new can I learn from her? You can learn a lot from anybody. You do not have the monopoly of knowledge. And the moment you realize that and you connect with a coach who you connect with somebody who gets it, and you decide you're going to move this thing to the next level, and you take the next step and the next step, success becomes imminent. You will excel at whatever you set out to do. I'm a testimony. I have not even touched a drop of the potential that is with me. But one thing I do is I water it every single day. And I want that to be you. I want you to say that, you know what? I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it, whatever it is for you. It's your thing. Do your thing and do it well. And just start. Just start. Just start. Just start. Just start. You have nothing to lose. I love Viktor Frankl. And he says something. You guys can go and check out his book. Is it called The Meaning of Life? What is the name of that book? You guys know it. Some of these things come out of my mind. I'll tell you just now. Check this book out because it's one of... I'll tell you the name just now. Bear with me. Yes, Man's Search for Meaning. That's the name of the book. Man's Search. I'm saying the Meaning of Life. Same thing, but it's Man's Search for Meaning. It's by Viktor Frankl, and it's a tribute that he gives, to his journey, being from the Holocaust. You guys need to read it. It's just a phenomenal book. And he says, life is never made unbearable by circumstances. So no matter how tough your life may be, it's not the circumstances that make it unbearable. It's the lack of meaning and purpose. Because when you have something that is pushing you, that is driving you, no matter what is happening, I can be going through tough times in my life, but when I remember what I've been put here to do, I wake up and put on my best smile, not faking it, because there's something that is pushing me, and that's the meaning and the purpose that God has given me to serve for such a time as this. And there's a short video clip I was gonna play, but now I'm not able to play it right now for purposes of time, because I'm actually just about to jump to meet the ladies from the event in the next 5 minutes. But I'm going to say this: be honest with yourself. How much longer are you willing to stay in that state of discontent and lack of personal fulfillment? Be honest with yourself. This is not you don't need to respond to me right now. But if you know something has to shift, enough is enough. You need to take on a different posture. You need to get things moving. I want you to, make that point to book that call, and also to get started with our Purpose bundle. Remember, we have the flash sale for 72 hours. So for 72 hours it is 5,000 shillings, $50, and I think 34 pounds. And I would say that don't even hesitate, like literally get the link, go get it. And we also have WhatsApp support. Sam, can you put the WhatsApp support number just in case somebody has a question? Sam, can you do that for me? Tim, some. And then obviously, if you want a deep dive on how I could serve you at a more intimate level, you have the link bit.ly clarity call with Joanne, which is here. That is the WhatsApp. Sam, can you put for me +254, because we have people from all over the world. So we're gonna have the number. That's the WhatsApp number, where for technical support or any questions regarding the bundle, we have that WhatsApp number, and it's +254. Some are able to just edit that for me. +254 759 795 336. You can also DM Coach Joanne on Instagram. I'm at purpose_cultivator. On Instagram at purpose_cultivator. I don't know if I can be able to type my own comment, but you guys can put it for me. Follow me. My Instagram game has been really good, right? You can DM me there. I've been able to do that. Excellent. At Purpose _ Thank you so much, Tim. And obviously, I'll be back here tomorrow. So I'm going to love you and leave you. It's been such a wonderful, almost 1.5 hours, 90 minutes of such incredible value. We've talked about so many things, and I want to just leave you with this one statement. If you're not honoring your purpose, you are suffocating your soul. I want you to take that position for yourself, that royal position, and say that I have been assigned for such a time as this to impact and influence the people that have been assigned to me. And I'm not going to flake on my calling. I'm not going to hide behind, my fears and insecurities. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to be courageous. And you have that support. You have me. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to walk with you. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to mentor you. And I'm going to make sure that everything that you need is available to you. All right. We are going all, yes, thanks for your time. So see you, everybody. I also need to get ready for my next call in 2 minutes. And Betty, I see you, everybody, so I'll be back tomorrow. See you at 5 p.m. UK, 7 p.m. East African time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and then convert it to the other time zones. We'll put up the information in the Facebook group and on YouTube so that you can schedule it and share with your friends. This is such good stuff, and I can't wait to see you in the Purpose Bundle. And for those of you who have booked the call, I have seen a couple of bookings on my email. Well done. I can't wait to speak with you. Take care of yourselves, and I can't wait to see you. So for the M-Pesa, someone was asking for the M-Pesa number. It is for M-Pesa, this is for Kenya. I'm just going to put it for you. It's 0722601984. So those of you who are asking separately, it's as per the screen. Sam, can you be able to highlight that? The M-Pesa. And then we can end this because I need to jump to my next call. So that should be it from my end. Thank you so much, everybody. There it is for you. And I can't wait to see you on the other side. It's been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Take care of yourselves, and God bless you. Remember, no opportunity wasted. Now is the time. You are created for such a time as this. Go on and shine your light. Do what you're put here to do, and do it with diligence, do it with pride, and know that you have everything that you need, all the support, all the love to move you into your next level. See you guys. Take care and talk soon. Bye.